demonstrate bench press for you. This is a traditional bench press setup. You have a bar, a big barbell. This barbell weighs 45 pounds. So just for your reference, most people when they start benching, they need to start with just the bar. So I'm going to show you first off to start with that. So you just lay back, be careful not to hit your head. Get underneath the bar, have your hands a little wider than shoulder width apart, and lift the bar up. Now you want to make sure the bar is basically right over your neck. And then as you lower it down, you want to lower it down at an angle to down right to your chest or just below. I like to come right below my boobs and then push back up. So it's kind of an arc angle. Now, when you first start, you're going to be really wobbly. I always start with a warm-up set and just to get my muscles warmed up so I don't hurt myself. And I'll do many reps. I might change the angles and just feel like get the stretch going for that. So that's a good way to start your bench workout with a good warm-up set. Hi, here's a little bit different angle for you just so you can see the arc that I do with the bench press. So as you're underneath the bench, like I said, grab just a little wider than shoulder width apart. Make sure your feet are planted on the floor. Bar right above your chin and neck area, okay? So that's where you start. Now you lower down nice and slow. You want to come down just below your boobs, like on your chest, right in here is a great place. And then you push back up to right in line with your neck again. So you have a little bit of an angle. Now this utilizes your natural range of motion. Now to accentuate this, if you arch your back up just a little bit and get your back involved, you're going to have a much stronger bench by doing so. You can see I have my back arched. I'm utilizing some of my back muscles. My feet are still planted on the ground. My hips do not raise off the bench. So as you get stronger, you're going to find that you use more and more of your upper body than just your chest. But this is mainly for your chest muscles. You're also going to feel it a lot in your front deltoids and your triceps. Now, if you widen your grip, you're going to feel it more in your chest and your front delts. If you put a more narrow grip, you're going to feel it more in your triceps. So your triceps are right here. So that's just a basic demo on how to do a bench press. I'm going to go ahead and put a little more weight on here and show you some of that. Alright, now that I've gotten a good warm-up by stretching and doing a couple sets of really lightweight bench, I'll go ahead and add on a little more weight. Now, 95 pounds for me is pretty much where I start off on my active sets. So this is 25-pound plates on either side plus the 45-pound bar, so it's 95 pounds altogether. So I make sure I get nice and set, arc my back up, make sure I place my hands nice and firmly, keep my wrist straight, weight up above my chin, and then lower down, touch my chest, and push back up. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. So that was a good active set. I really started feeling it those last few, but this isn't a super challenging weight for me. I'm trying to do sets of 10. So I'm going to go ahead and put 5 more pounds on each side for a total of 105. And that should be good for another set, the next set of 10. So in between sets, I'm going to rest about 1 to 2 minutes. Now it just depends on how hard I'm working and whether I'm buffing or boosting on how long I take in between. And sometimes I'll do some bench dips in between just to keep my heart rate up and to get in a little extra exercise, and especially when I'm buffing. Another thing that I like to do in between sets is to bring my knees up to my chest on the bench. This is a great exercise for your abs called knee-ups, bench knee-ups. And then the other thing that I really tend to do a lot during my benching is stretching. A great stretch for you to do is just sit on the side of the bench, reach behind you on the the bar, and you feel that nice stretch right in here. Make sure you do the other side also. Stretch in here. Another great stretch to do in between sets is just laying down and simply putting your arms down on the bench stand behind you, and just kind of stretching and pushing into it, and then relaxing, and then pushing into it again, and then you can bring your arms down, grab them underneath you, and just shake it out there, okay? So I'm going to add 5 more pounds to each side here. Let's see if I do have 5 pounds. I don't have any 5s. Okay, then I'll just add 10s. I don't have any 5s. It looks like they're just 2.5s. So we'll do this. This is 115 pounds. So I'm going to try to do this 10 times. And I don't have a spotter, so I have to really know where my limits are. And I am really very seasoned at benching, so I know where those are. One more. Okay, one thing to point out is that I'm not used to this bench. I am used to working out at the gym, and the bench there is different than this bench. So whenever you're changing a situation, an environment with a little bit different equipment, know that you need to be prepared to not be as strong or as confident or feel as good doing that exercise. So it's all about adaptation and your body getting used to it. So I'm used to a bench that's a little lower to the ground, and also a stand that's different. You might have noticed I bashed into the stand. You don't want that to happen, because you know that's a good recipe for disaster. So you really want to be careful, and that's why you should always have a spotter, especially when you're doing heavier weights. Like I said, I'm very seasoned at doing the bench press. I know where my limits are. I know when it's time to stop. But even then, I don't lift with collars on, just for that fact. If I was alone, the weight is stuck on me. If I had collars on, I'd have to just roll it all the way down my body. Without, I just could dump them off on either side and then get the bar back up. So there's advantages and disadvantages to using collars. I honestly don't use them, except for on movements where I'm moving a lot, like say like a explosive power move, a lot of times with like lunges or stuff like that. So really safety is key when you're doing bench. Always err on the light side and have fun doing it. It's a great exercise for your whole upper body, and without it I would be lost. I wouldn't be in strength training like I am. I love the bench. It's probably my #1 favorite exercise at the gym. So have a good one. Make sure you try this out and let me know what you think, and if you have any questions. Talk to you later.